getting here this morning? Can you kind of walk us through what you've learned since you've gotten here?
Right. Well, the Indiana State Police first got the call around 2:30 this morning. Scott County Sheriff's Department was first to arrive on scene. They requested our assistance for reconstruction. When our reconstructionists arrived on scene, we assumed the investigation. It's again another tragic and sad scene this morning. Single vehicle, 7 occupants in the vehicle. Don't know the relationship. It appears, friends or acquaintances, all in one vehicle together. Left the roadway as it was traveling southbound. Still early in the investigation, so we don't know all the reasons why the vehicle left the roadway. What led up to that. Does appear that speed was a factor based on the size of the scene. It's a large crash scene. The vehicle left the roadway, came to rest well off the roadway to the east side of the road in a field. It did apparently roll over multiple times. I can't say for sure how many times. It's too early for that, but appears that nobody in the vehicle had their seatbelt on. 5 of the occupants were ejected. 2 were extricated from the rear of the vehicle, and they were flown to U of L hospital. So the 5 that were ejected were deceased at the time of the crash. So very tragic.
What kind of car was it?
It's a SUV vehicle, so it had 7 seats. As far as the exact make, I don't have that information right now in front of me, but it was an SUV, fully occupied with all the seats loaded again, but nobody was wearing their seatbelt, tragically. So that obviously led to, the part of the conditions or the fatalities in the class. Is likely that led to the fatalities with 5 people ejected from the vehicle. It's a large crash scene. Again, it's in the east side of the roadway in the field, so a lot of information to gather. We're just getting ready to put up the drones from the Indiana State Police Reconstructionist team. Once the sun's up high enough that we have enough daylight to use the drones, we'll get more information, be able to see better what actually happened. Again, it's early. It'll take a lot of investigation with all the information, including autopsies, that type of thing, to get all the information that we need to fully understand what happened. So it'll take quite some time to know all the answers.
I know there's a creek up there and a bridge that kind of crosses that creek. Where was this in relation to that, and is there any relation to the crash as far as what you guys are able to confirm of what actually happened?
Right, and that'll all be part of the investigation, what we're looking into. From what I've seen, it does appear that the crash occurred to the south side of the bridge. So whether or not the bridge played a factor, we'll take a look at that. Obviously, it's my understanding that the bridge does have a bit of a hill crest to it, so it is possible, especially if speed was a factor, that could have played a part in the crash. But again, it's really too early to know for sure what happened and if that actually played a part in the crash. So once we have the sun and we have the drones up, we can fully see all the marks and any evidence that's at the scene of the crash. That'll help us give a better understanding of what actually happened.
One neighbor said that this isn't the first time there's been a fatal crash right in that area. Do you know anything about previous crashes that may have happened around there?
Only, hearsay. I've heard other people say that there's been crashes in the area before. Naturally, county roads, narrow, hill crests, sometimes they're very abrupt. So it's not uncommon to have, bad crash in an area like this. But as far as this area in particular, I don't. Again, I think the main thing to emphasize is the speed does look to be a determining factor, regardless of what the roadway was, and the fact that nobody was wearing their seatbelt is obviously a factor.
Do you have approximate ages of the occupants or the drivers?
No, we're still making determination or identification of all the occupants. That still hasn't been completely completed. So the Scott County Coroner's Office is also assisting and working along in that regard. So once we have that information, naturally we will release, once we can verify that next of kin and family have been notified. So all the ages haven't been determined. It's possible that we're dealing with all adults. It's possible that it could have some younger involved as well, but everything's still too early to say for sure.
And they were allowed to have 7 people in this vehicle?
It is a 7-vehicle, passenger vehicle, yes.
How long do you guys plan to be out here to investigate?
I would assume once the sun's fully up, another hour or so past that, to give the investigators time to collect all the evidence. We want to walk the scene as well. It's a large scene, so we're going to walk that on foot. to make sure that we've collected everything. So again, there was evidence that was strewn over a large area of the field. So it's going to take some time just to make sure that we've got everything.
Do we know the make and model of the car yet?
It's still early on. I mean, the vehicle's badly damaged, obviously. So it is an SUV vehicle.
Do we have genders?
Both male and female involved, but as far as the actual count of how many female and male, I don't have that information.